is enough said.
How we doing, Heat Nation? Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Video number 3 of the day, you guys, giving y'all a bunch of content. So take a moment, like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now, we got a lot to unpack tonight, you guys, so let's go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Unfortunately, it's not coming with the greatest news. The Heat lose to the Portland Trail Blazers 107-116. You get great performances and, in my opinion, a very proud night. Kel'el Ware finally starts for the Miami Heat as the starting center. We are literally starting the second half of the year with a bang. You have Kel'el Ware starting at the center, Bam Adebayo starting at the power forward, with Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, and Tyler Hero. The starting lineup I've been calling for since the beginning of the season. And how do they reward my excitement? With losing to one of the worst teams in the NBA. Of course! Classic Miami Heat basketball, right? Obviously, in my opinion, it's because Boy Wonder wasn't playing. Tyler Hero misses his first game of the year. Now, I know I mentioned Tyler's name in the starting lineup, but he didn't play. That's just the lineup that I wanted. I apologize for the mistake. Terry Rozier started in place for Tyler Hero, and he played like ass. 9 points, one rebound, 3 assists. I mean, I just wish that Terry Rozier would ask for a trade also. It would make my life so much easier. But it seems like we're stuck with him. Nobody would take Terry Rozier. You get 12 points and 10 rebounds from Bam Adebayo in 22 minutes. I mean, doesn't really play much in the second half. Kel'el Ware, 20 points, 15 rebounds, leads the Miami Heat. You get 12 points from Nikola Jovic, 8 from Jaime Jaquez Jr., 11 from Pelle Larsson. You get a whopping 13 points in 27 minutes from Jimmy Butler with 8 assists and 4 rebounds. Look, I will say this. He's not the most engaged offensively, but you can't knock that he's not doing all the little things out there. But you know he's coasting. You know this is Jimmy Butler not giving it his all. And you would think Jimmy Butler is just coasting because it's the regular season, you guys, and that's not the case. Seems like a trade is imminent, you guys. There was a huge report that came out before the Miami Heat game tonight, and I wanted to wait till after the game to talk about it. There was a huge trade between the Utah Jazz and the team that is doing everything they can to get Jimmy Butler on their team, the Phoenix Suns. So the Phoenix Suns took that mythical 2031 draft pick I've been telling you guys about. That could be a gold mine of a draft pick. They sent that unprotected to the Utah Jazz for 3 future first-round draft picks. One of those draft picks being this year, 2 of those draft picks being future draft picks in 2027, 2029, which are the least favorable of the 3 teams, which means they just basically get the worst pick. This is a great trade for Utah because basically what they did was they took the pick for 2025, which was Cleveland's pick, which is basically going to be a number 30 pick, and they said, okay, Phoenix, you can have this. And then you can have these 2 future first-round draft picks. They might be end of the round picks. But now what this gives Phoenix is flexibility. The furthest trade that the furthest draft pick that Phoenix could have traded, you guys, was the 2031 first-round draft pick, which they did to get 3 more first-round draft picks, which unlocks other draft picks that they have. So they now have the flexibility of trading upwards of 3 to 4 first-round draft picks in a potential deal. So what does this do? This gives Phoenix more flexibility because I'm sure a lot of teams that have been speaking with Phoenix about a potential Bradley Beal deal, if Bradley Beal waives his no-trade clause, they have to entice the package, which would be that draft pick. But these teams are not really looking 6 years ahead. Utah has an abundance of first-round draft picks. They're also tanking for Cooper Kupp. They're getting this 2031 draft pick that's unprotected by Phoenix. Incredible trade. What this does for Phoenix, though, is try to make a trade this year by sending Bradley Beal to a team that he'd be okay with, and that way they can get their guy, Jimmy Butler. So there's a report that's out there, you guys, a couple different reports that I want to read. One of them is from Ira Winderman in the Sun Sentinel here, one of the biggest reporters with the Miami Heat. According to a source familiar with the Miami Heat's plans, this is one of the steps forward a Jimmy Butler trade. Plus picks, plus likely a pair of players then would come to the Heat for Jimmy in what would at least be a 4-team deal. And quite possibly more than that. As I mentioned before, you guys, Andy Ellsberg is the Miami Heat's best numbers, is their numbers guy. He's the best in the NBA. If anybody can orchestrate a trade like this, it'll be Andy Ellsberg, which the Miami Heat have done trading for Jimmy Butler back in 2019. How funny this would be. And then there was something else that was reported, you guys, from the Arizona Republic. Sources have informed the Arizona Republic that the Phoenix Suns continue their pursuit in acquiring Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler in a trade. So what that basically means, you guys, is the reason why Phoenix did this is because they're trying to get Jimmy Butler. We know Jimmy wants Phoenix. We know Phoenix wants Jimmy. We know that Phoenix owner is willing to give Jimmy that maximum contract he wants. So all parties are going to be happy. But where it doesn't show where the happiness is going to be is with the Miami Heat. Who the hell are the Miami Heat going to get? Because I can tell you right now, if you're telling me that the deal is Bradley Beal and a couple of future first-round draft picks that ain't even going to do much, I'm not cool with that. So it's like Ira Winderman said, it is possible that there's going to be multi-teams that are going to be in this package. It might be 4 teams, 5 teams, maybe even 6 teams, you guys. Sounds crazy. But I read a report the other day that up to 15 teams are interested in being a part of a multi-team trade. It was also reported earlier today that Bradley Beal has multiple teams that he'd be okay with lifting his no-trade clause. Milwaukee Bucks being one of them. And Milwaukee has come up in the past as a potential trade destination for Jimmy Butler. Maybe not Jimmy Butler going to Milwaukee, but Milwaukee being a part of this multi-team trade. Now this is getting more interesting as the days go by. And I've said it, you guys. Jimmy Butler, by being traded in the trade deadline, it's definitely a possibility. We just need to make sure that the Miami Heat are getting an offer that they feel that can help them, not just now, but in the future. And what is that? Getting players that are not contracted past the 2026 offseason. To me, that's a big deal. Getting players that could potentially help you now. So if you're possibly doing a multi-team trade with Milwaukee, maybe getting a Chris Middleton. Maybe getting a player that can help you in this lineup right now, because we know this playoff push is important for this year. If the Miami Heat do not make the playoffs this season, you guys, their 2026 draft pick goes unprotected to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And their 2028 first round draft pick goes unprotected to the Charlotte Hornets. We need to make the playoffs this year. So trading Jimmy Butler may be the best thing. Because if you're telling me without Tyler Hero, with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and all these guys, you can't beat the Blazers? No. It's time to move on, bro. Dude's not looking engaged. He's sitting away from the team as they're doing their huddle with Spo. What is that, bro? Que dramático eso. Like, what is that, bro? Like, seriously? This is what we're doing now? This was supposed to be a match made in heaven, man. Play out the season. Fine. You don't want to come back in. We'll figure out a trade in the offseason. Let's just figure this year out. Let's go out. Let's have this one last dance with Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. You see the Hemi shirt? I'm wearing it, you guys, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to wear this any longer. This takes me back to some great times. That 2023 playoff run, the 2022 playoffs, the bubble in 2020, we were supposed to end this the right way. And the fact that it's ending like this is annoying. It sucks, but I get it. It's business. So Heat Nation, I want to hear from you. Do you think a trade will happen this week? If so, how many teams you think will be involved? Do you think the Miami Heat are going to have to take Bradley Beal in order to get rid of Jimmy Butler? Or do you think there's a way we can orchestrate this trade without getting Beal as well? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We push into 6,000 subscribers. I'm tired as hell, going to bed. But y'all have a good night, and that is enough said. Let's go Heat.